Hello, hello, hello. I am doing a reaction video as my form of feedback for your grade. Okay, so all these comments will factor into the grade. Man, I hope things are all right. Cool. Um, it says my signal's not all that great. I hope this works out. Okay, so I'm just going to play your video as I go, give some feedback as I go in order to make my feedback as efficient as possible. So let's get started.
Conflict in groups is inevitable. In this video, we will be following a family who struggles to agree on where they should host their family reunion and all the
Okay, that's a perfectly fine setup for the example that you want to give. But I would recommend having some sort of like an intro, like maybe a title sequence, some sort of, just letting people know what's going on. Imagine that you are a student and you're going to be watching this and you have no idea, what chapter this is. So giving people a little heads up about that. Now, you do start with the concept verbally, but kind of doing that graphically as well, I think would be helpful. Just use some words or things like that. Okay.
trials and conflicts that come with planning a trip. In the end of each scenario, they will learn to overcome their differences and find an equal ground. First
I like
up
that.
is task conflict. Task
Okay.
conflict is a
Good.
disagreement between members about goals or actions.
A
It can be
nicely
caused by hidden
good lead in.
agendas, which occur when a person's personal goals conflict with the group's agreed upon goal. Let's watch how this family plans their vacation.
Okay, so the way that you introduce that, like, seems like you're touching all the right points. The rhythm that you have for the images that you're using is perfectly fine. But again, I think that maybe some sort of like titles, some words going along with the images would help out, not just verbal, but on the screen as well. I'm loving the puppets. Okay, like that is just silly, creative, engaging. You get a little chuckle when you see it. When I'm looking at this, I think one thing that you could do is maybe frame this a little bit better. You have this giant empty spot on the top half, and then your puppets are below. Like if you watch like Sesame Street or the Muppets, like the puppets take up the screen, and so try to just think about framing it a little bit better so it just looks even better. Okay, here we go.
As you all know, it is time to plan the annual family reunion.
You gotta work the mouth. You gotta work the mouth.
This time.
Okay, you start doing a little bit.
Way too seriously.
What do you
I
mean?
love
It is a very
the
important
voices are
event.
great.
I think I want to go to
Voices are great.
Utah. Carol, we're not
Well,
going
that's
to Utah.
basic as
Alright. This is an extravagant
Nice,
event. You need to
nice.
take this
It's engaging.
seriously.
You can see by reaction. It's engaging. Nice,
Think bigger. To Oklahoma.
nice. Okay, you see that one little cut right there? That was great. That was absolutely great. It was centered. It was the moment was great. You kind of, but I think you could do that more. All right, through the like on all three of these individuals. If you're able to do it for one of those puppets, kind of cut back and forth between them as they are talking. All right. I did notice though that like I think the paper bag puppets look great. But there's not a whole lot of mouth movement going on, and when there is, there's a whole lot of noise that happens. Maybe if you're going to stick with the puppets, maybe all of them should be sock puppets, and like you could get creative with that. It's a shame because the paper puppets look great. Like I'm not saying like they look great, but there's other logistical issues, namely the audio that is kind of interfering with it. The only way around that would be to record a separate audio track and then splice it back together. If you wanted to go through that, it wouldn't be a whole hell of a lot of work, but it would be more work.
Oklahoma.
You know, for once I agree with Stacy. What Oklahoma? Big. We are a prestigious family. Grace. Hawaii. Wow.
Nice. I love that little effect. That was great.
We went to Paris 2 years ago.
Look on the right hand side, a bunch of empty space. Frame it up
It's the
better.
city of love.
Oh, Stacy. Oh goodness.
Look at that. That's great. That's an absolutely great little spot right there. It helps to break up the single shot.
Oh,
Done.
what are we gonna do there? We can go hiking. Hiking. whole
Korea.
family will survive hiking.
We're all fat.
Sound effects are fun. They're creative.
You can burn a few extra calories. Good gracious, Carol. Stacy, anything else?
We can go to
Bermuda?
Egypt. We should go to Egypt.
Egypt. I haven't been there in ages.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can consider that one. Okay.
Did someone say Egypt?
Yes.
We're right here.
What?
Oh my goodness.
What? They
that
have dirty
sounds
mouths or something?
delightful.
Do you think the family would enjoy it?
Oh, most definitely.
I think we can work with this then. All right, people, it's settled. The 25th annual family reunion vacation is in Egypt.
Yeah.
Nice. I saw somebody's head popping up around the edge. Okay. Listen, that was fun. It was engaging. All right. But it did seem to drag in spots. And overall, I'm looking at this. It's like that's like 1/4 of the whole video. We're at almost 3 minutes, and it's a 10-minute video. I think that one example could be more concise, and you could use more time to explain and to illustrate that. Right? The example is supposed to be one thing that illustrates concepts, and you're kind of getting wrapped up in it. I think it make that shorter and make this sort of like the textbook content a little bit longer.
In this next clip, we will show an example of procedural conflict. Procedural conflict is a disagreement on how the task should be handled. It can relate to issues such as who should be involved in the decision, how to go about it, where to meet, where the group should meet, or what rules should be followed. Parents arguing over how to raise a child would be an example of procedural conflict. In this clip, we will have another part of our family discussing packing details for the trip.
Oh boy.
Okay, so we're
many
back.
items to
Okay,
pack.
new puppets.
Well, obviously, clothes for one. Toothbrushes and other toiletries for two. Anything else?
Can we bring my selfie stick? We
Why?
don't need a selfie stick.
Why?
Yes, you?
Why? Please explain this to me.
Okay, all of these things are conflict, but I don't think they're illustrating the types of
You know
conflict
you
that
have
you say they
your
are.
hands
Procedural
full.
conflict is a dispute about how decisions are made, not necessarily the decisions themselves, right? And so it would be like, should we have majority rule or should we have authority rule, right? Should one person make the decision for everybody or should we have a democratic process? That is a procedural conflict about how we make decisions. This is not a procedural conflict.
Right?
That doesn't get the right angle.
I-
Please.
Are we professional photographers around here suddenly?
Love the voices, everybody. I love the creativity. I love the playfulness of the puppets.
My brain
Okay,
hurts at the
I do.
thought.
Like, I really think you should keep
Can I
that.
bring my cat?
Maybe make them sock puppets, though.
But a cat? How are we ever going to keep track of a cat in the middle of the desert?
He has a harness.
And cats get loose. Ugh.
The
I'm
editing is nice. You can do
Let's just
more of that.
Stick with the basics for
Again,
now
it's
and
starting to
go on
drag.
to more.
All right, get to the point. Like finish up the
Later.
example
How about
and
that?
get to the explanation.
No.
No.
Okay, let's see if this will still work. It just booted me off. It took me forever to get back on. Let me see if I can salvage this. It looks like it's still rolling.
In this video, we will be following a family who struggles.
We're here.
We're going to keep track of a cat in the middle of the
All right,
desert.
here we go.
Do you have the harness?
And cats get loose. Ugh. I'm exhausted. Let's just stick with the basics for now and go on to more extras later. How about that?
Okay.
No.
No? What? You want to deal with extras now? How are we going to have room for the things we need? What if we don't have room for enough clothes?
Guys, I think we need a selfie stick. This is a family reunion. Please, guys. I beg you.
Fine. But, let's just make sure we have enough for snacks. We need the room.
We can just buy snacks.
Yes, but we're going to another country. If I hear another complaint about off-brand snacks again, I am going to... I'm gonna want to lobotomize myself with a rusty spoon.
Alright, what's all
Okay.
this bickering about?
Dad, you won't let me use my
Father.
selfie stick. I want to bring my cat.
Father, we need to bring proper spare clothing.
Okay, I agree with that, and the selfie stick can come, but why are you bringing a cat? Oh, okay.
What?
I think the
Well,
best
not
part
just-
about the
okay, not
puppets
just
is that it really
like
allows you to
any
kind of
other
open
place.
up
It's not
and
just-
make, the voices, like,
We
you
can
feel like
just, have a
you feel like you
selfie
could be a little bit more expressive with the
Makes sense.
voices,
That's a great idea.
more animated.
Well, off to Egypt.
Okay.
Alright, let's finish packing.
In our final clip, we have personal conflict, which happens when there are attacks on a person directly. These are often quite hostile. Take a look.
Okay,
Wow.
this one should be easy to demonstrate, to illustrate.
I
No,
agree.
girl, we know. It's so beautiful here.
So, today I was thinking we should go on a hike to the top of the pyramids.
Well,
Girl, are you
what is it
stupid or
with you
something?
hikes?
Are you recording? It's
Yes.
illegal.
There is a personal conflict.
We're
Okay.
just gonna have a good time.
Why don't we go out to a nice dinner? Something like that. Not much work.
No,
Okay,
I wanna hike.
she could react to the being called stupid, and that would initiate the personal conflict. So you need it immediately.
Okay, Carol, why don't you go hike the pyramid by
Fine,
yourself?
fine.
See, look, you avoided the
Right,
personal
Cameron.
conflict.
Egyptian cuisine, right?
That sounds delightful, Stacy. Stacy, sometimes I don't like hanging out.
Look how it's framed. How the two puppets are off in the lower right-hand corner, make it a very small part of the overall frame. You should, like, whatever you're doing the editing afterwards, you should focus in on that.
Pyramid is ridiculous.
You guys are just lazy.
Lazy. How dare you call me lazy?
There you go. There's the personal conflict.
Oh, what is big?
Whatever.
Your butt is very big.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my goodness.
But we're not climbing the pyramids, Carol.
You guys are just annoying.
Annoying.
We have Stairmaster at home, though.
Okay, so there's a lot of personal attacks that are happening.
The hotel.
Those attacks should create conflict, right? So it's not just insults being leveled at each other. It's that conflict erupts because of those insults.
Climb the pyramids.
Well, we'll make it.
Like, see, you're trying to keep it on topic. Don't keep it on topic. Focus on the personal conflict in order to illustrate this particular
Go
concept.
climb at home when we get back, so that we're not getting in trouble.
We'll install you a rock wall or something, Carol.
Okay.
Shall we go ride camels?
I'm going to ride a camel, I suppose.
I suppose we shouldn't have said all that Carol.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
We're sorry. You're not as dumb as we think you are.
You have a lovely sense of adventure. Just you know, we'll learn to hone it in other places.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry I called your butt big.
It's okay. Camel's an Egyptian cuisine.
Hey, it's always good when you can make me laugh. Okay. Oh, okay,
As
what's
we have
happening now?
seen through these different scenarios, groups can face various kinds of conflicts. It is completely normal for a group to not always agree because each person is different. However, what is important is
go.
learning
There's
to
some text that
overcome
you put
those
on top.
differences and learn to resolve the conflict. The best way to approach group conflict is to hear each group member out and find a resolution with a satisfactory compromise for everyone involved.
Nice. It looks like everyone had some sort of. Wow. Okay. Okay, not bad. Okay, listen, I think I said all the things that I wanted to say in there, but as far as the next video goes, I would recommend rethinking the paper puppets. Again, they look great. They just are making too much noise, and that noise becomes a little bit distracting. I would also try to work in a little bit more of those cuts from puppet to puppet. It helps the pacing a little bit more. I would condense the examples and use more time to explain them. Be careful about the concepts, all right? All you're doing is illustrating conflict, but you're not illustrating the types of conflict in this particular section, all right? The procedural conflict was not procedural conflict. The personal conflict, there was some, but it's like, as a viewer, I have to kind of pick it out. It's like you want to make this really obvious, right? You're the one who's supposed to be illustrating it. It's not supposed to take that much work from your audience to kind of decipher which parts of your examples illustrate your concepts and what parts don't. So make sure that like you're double checking that. Like you got like 9 people in your group. You should, just be checking these scripts and thinking to yourself, it's like, okay, are these on point? Are these topical? Okay. Other than that, I love the creativity. I don't always get a chance to laugh. Sometimes it's really difficult making concepts like this, which are like, they're boring. All right, they're absolutely boring, and you made it fun and engaging. Just try to make it a little bit more accurate for what the textbook says about them. All right.